Hey, what's up guys? Today I wanted to address stress. And stress is overlooked a lot. I think when we have you're trying to put a program in place, you look at what you want for your diet, about your training. You can have all those right variables and execute them correctly. But if you have stress in your life, those same variables you're applying might not give you the same response that could be happening if you didn't have stress. So it's very important to assess where the stress is coming from and look at ways that we can reduce it, because it has some serious detriments to the body just for health, but also for performance and for your physique goals. So for just health in general, stress, it can cause cardiovascular issues, it can cause blood glucose issues, just stress. And when I'm talking about stress, it's not just mental stress. Anything training wise is a stress to the body. Lack of sleep is a stress to the body. A calorie deficit can be a stress in the body itself. So all those things you have to look at to decide if you're actually having stress. And what happens is you have this increase in cortisol levels, and also you'll have elevations in norepinephrine, epinephrine. And all those could cause more muscle breakdown. It could cause glycogen depletion, so you might start looking a little bit flatter if you were dieting. You could start looking watery too if you're dieting, and I see this a lot in my female clients that seem to suffer more with stress anxiety, is they'll start looking watery, and that could even be during the work week. You look a little softer than the week and the scale weight goes up, and you might say like, oh, I'm not losing body fat, but it could just be from this stress response occurring, and that's what's limiting results. I've also seen stress give issues with the GI tract. So some female clients, they'll have this increase in water, but it's all around the GI. And you can see it like in side pictures of client views, like their abdomen's distended. And that could be could cause constipation or even diarrhea too. So digestion could just be completely off just from having stress. And if you're not able to digest, assimilate your foods, and absorb them properly, you're not going to be able to deliver those to the muscle and fuel performance well. And training too, it's the same thing. If you're not able to assimilate these nutrients, training performance could be dropping. Or just the mental stress and exhaustion of having all this stimulus throughout your work day, going into a training session not mentally ready could leave you with poor performance, just because you're not mentally able to take yourself to that threshold that you need to for training. So to remedy this, what are things that we can do? And it's, first off, you have to find the source of your stress. That's ideal. We're not trying to find something just to mask it or improve it like a pharmaceutical drug, but if you have a stressful lifestyle, you need to improve your lifestyle. And whether that is being more time efficient, because I feel like we do have very fast-paced lives. So we're racing around, we're barely able to get meals in, we're slamming things as fast as possible, and then by the time you get home, it's like pack your food, go to sleep, and get ready for the next day. So if there's any ways to find yourself being more time efficient, whether it's, hey, after work, I'm gonna go straight to the gym and then come home. So I know some people that come home, they kind of, dabble around for like an hour, finally they get to the gym. Well, that's cutting off time where you could have some good downtime. Other meal prep ways to make it easy, prepping all your food in advance on the weekend for one day, that could last you the rest of the week. That might save you some time too. So I think time management is really important for stress. Throughout the day, issues that I've seen just with food intake is you have to try to set yourself some time to eat your meal. If the digestion works off the parasympathetic nervous system, which is the opposite of when you're stressed and you're really excited and you're using the sympathetic nervous system. So digestion isn't as good when you're chronically stressed. And it's usually if you need to sit down, eat your meal, and have some type of relaxation, be able to focus on that meal rather than just running around eating it and trying to do multiple things at once. I know not all of us can do that, but it's good to have that time to set aside and be able to just eat your meal. And that also goes with having some type of downtime too when you get home, along with able to take time for your meals, whether that be just 20 minutes of you being able to just sit outside or take a walk, or sit down and just talk with your spouse or something that relaxes you. Read a book, anything that calms you down. Because if you're still ramped up and then eventually trying to go to sleep that night, you have all that anxiety and you won't able to go into that deep sleep. And some people can't even sleep as long just because of it. So you need something that can wind you down for the night. Another thing too is in your room, cut off all electronics. You can put your phone on some mode to where you don't have that light going off. Any little chargers or plugs that are around you, like try to get those off. The blue lights is supposed to not be great for sleep, so limit that in the bedroom. Don't watch TV before you go to bed. You want that room to be dedicated to sleep, and well, you probably know what else. But and then outside of all those things, there are some supplements that you could do. One that is really good is phosphatidylserine, and at 800 milligrams, and 600 to 800 milligrams, but 800 is what I would aim for. But it's really good at bringing down cortisol levels. And then also one that you can do is L-theanine at like 200 milligrams in the evening. And theanine helps a lot with anxiety and giving like a relaxing effect. So that could be two things that you could add in to help with stress. But again, the number one is assessing your stress and trying to alleviate that source. And by doing so, you can make your plan, your diet, your training more effective and get better results. Until next time, guys, please leave your comments below. You can ask me any questions about stress, anxiety, things that you're noticing that in the gym or in your physique that you think might be caused by stress. Leave them below. I'll answer them for you. Go to animalpack.com. There's plenty of other articles on issues, and even the forum has us. You can ask us questions anytime.